Hey guys, me and Matt just watched the Jimmy Snooker Dark Side of the Ring episode, didn't we? And so yeah, it wasn't too bad. So it was about his career and his alleged murder of his girlfriend Nancy Argentino, and so yeah, they talked about like his him in his career, starting for the WWF, and he had this relationship with Nancy, and yeah, he was one of the biggest stars in WWF at the time, yeah, and he was one of the biggest stars, but he didn't. I can't remember if he won any titles. I know he didn't win any world titles. I know that, but he was one of the most popular faces. But it did talk about bits, like I just told you before I recorded. It did talk about bits of his career, but it was mainly about the
iconic cage dive that was
legendary
for its time.
Yeah, it was legendary for its time, yeah. But yeah, it was a lot about the murder of his girlfriend. His girlfriend's death. So yeah, they had a domestic a few times, didn't they? And they yeah, people witnessed them arguing a lot. But then one day she was unconscious. He called the ambulance. But when they seen her, she had bruising on her neck and a head injury. You alright? Yeah. You're wobbling a bit. Yeah. Yeah, she had head injury, and then they called the police, didn't they? So they thought it was foul play, didn't they? And then so yeah, they called the police, and he kept changing his story, didn't he? Like he said, oh, she ran to the car and fell and hit her head. That's how she had the head injury.
And then one of the other times where they had a little squirrel in the room and she had red in the room.
That's what he told his friends.
Two different stories,
yeah. And then it's allegedly that Vince came into the room with the police and him, and he paid them off.
There's obviously no proof to that.
Well, there's no other witnesses to that, but that's what they think happened, and why it was dropped for some time. It was dropped for a good 20 years.
It probably did, but we can't guarantee that.
I think he paid them off. Yeah, but
I don't know.
It's allegedly he paid them off potentially.
You want
But
another one?
Yeah, so allegedly he paid them off. So he got to carry on his career when he should have been in jail for murder.
He didn't.
No.
Never.
No. And then yeah, fans were chanting at him. He killed his girlfriend. He's true. Yeah, I think he did. Like I said to Matt, if
he might not have meant to.
Yeah, I could see a domestic where he pushed her and then hit her head.
So I don't think he killed her out of cold blood.
Yeah, but he did strangle her though. Yeah. She wouldn't have had bruising on her neck.
Oh, he strangled her, yeah. But I don't think he had intention of killing her. He wanted to just hurt her.
Yeah.
Which is still disgusting, by the way. I'm not encouraging it.
Yeah.
People don't get the fucking thing.
Yeah. But it seemed that he pushed her, she hit her head. Then she died from her head injuries.
It's kind of weird that she was wrapped up in bed and
he put her there, I think.
That's like money.
Yeah, he put her there to make out. Yeah.
She died in her sleep.
She died in her sleep, yeah. but because they found head injuries, that's when they thought it's
Something wrong. Yeah.
it's foul play, not by natural causes.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he got to wrestle again, and then he, like they said, he left WWF after a while, went to other places. Yeah, like I said, what he's best known for in wrestling. Well, this will always follow him, and two, he did a good splash off the top of the cage onto Don Morocco.
That was the legendary
That-
moment that inspired Mick Foley to be a wrestler.
Yeah, inspired Mick Foley to be a wrestler. So, but towards the end, before he died of cancer, the police did reinvestigate after 30 years. They tried to take him to trial, but he wasn't fit enough to stand trial because he was very ill at the time. He had cancer.
We did talk about that, the fact that after 30 years, yeah, you can try and find some justice
With
but
DNA,
at a certain
yeah.
point that you're going to have to try and move on because not much is going to be able to change. Not much outcome. You're not going to bring the system
There's
back.
been a lot of cold cases where they've not found the person who's done local rape or murder, but then they've got the DNA, and then they've found it on the DNA system,
And then they get
who
on
it
then.
is, and then they get on.
But I think when it comes to a murder, it's obviously you want the
I know
perpetrator
a
arrested.
few one serial killer, he killed like 10, 15 people. He stopped for about 10 years, and then he got caught because of his DNA was on
Left.
someone else's.
Mm.
Yeah. So there's been some cold cases what have been solved.
But 30 years, that's been
It's a long time.
ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, it would have been solved there and then if the police weren't paid off. I think that's why.
But obviously we can't confirm.
We can't
say.
prove it, but it's more likely what happened. Because then the police would have arrested him, taken him in, and they had enough evidence to convict him
So
with the bruising
we'll never know.
on his neck. So it's lazy police work again.
Mm.
Like with the one other case we did, one other true crime case we did, it's very relatable. But how lazy they are.
Mm-hmm.
Just some police officers are
I know
lazy as
which one
fuck.
you mean when they
Yeah.
didn't believe the girl.
Yeah.
no.
But yeah, it was alright. So we're rated out of 10 now, and then we're probably watching another documentary. Then he's got to go. So I'll give this a 6 out of 10. It was alright. It wasn't too bad. What about you?
Probably a 4.
4?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was alright. It wasn't too bad. There's been better ones.
I've seen better and I've seen worse.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's our review of the the Jimmy Snuka episode of Dark Side of the Ring. So probably the next Dark Side of the Ring we're gonna do the next time he comes around is the David Schultz slap. What was heard around the world. That's
To be fair, the prick deserved it.
yeah. So that being an interesting one. So yeah, we're gonna do episodes that are what Matt thinks he would enjoy, and obviously if there's one I've seen and I thought it was good, I'd
Obviously,
say we'd watch it.
if
I'd
there's a
recommend
wrestler
for us to watch it.
Don't know.
Yeah,
There's not really a connection, but
yeah,
there's certain instance which is pretty interesting.
yeah. Because they have like different stories, like the plane ride from Hull.
That's really interesting.
Another interesting one, just for how they were very similar to the Saudi Arabia story, where they got stuck on the plane.
Oh,
Yeah, because
The
they
money.
didn't let them leave
to the money.
until Vince paid them.
Yeah.
It was something over that.
It was that.
Yeah, it was that. Yeah. So yeah. So yeah, there's one similar to that where WCW went to North Korea and they just literally there were just a lot of issues they had with them. That was an interesting one. But yeah.
I don't really know much about WCW though.
Yeah, it was an interesting story though, so I think you would find it interesting. But and there was some things that happened in that Pacific episode as well. But yeah. But anyway, yeah, thanks for watching then. Bye for now.